Jeff Eichen with Weeds Day, and we are incredibly live today. Let's get back to our group here and our bunch of people here. Natasha, welcome. Brady, welcome. Vivian, welcome. Next week, we're going to have Sir Tommy Chong on, everybody. So just get ready for, let's see if I can whip this around. See my little software? You can't see me doing that, but I am. So I'm really happy with software. Today, everybody, in honor of my, or Sunday, in honor of my golf tournament that I'm preparing to raise money for the Relief Foundation that I'm preparing. Everybody, I want to announce we've got a 1967 Harley Davidson golf cart that came in that I sourced out and bought from a vet down in Bakersfield, and it was delivered a couple days ago. And Roger is this guy that owns a company that brought the Harley golf cart to me, and we'll show pictures of it as I'm restoring it and putting bud stickers on it and making it ready for the auction. We're going to have an NFT auction, everybody, at every one of my events. And once I get the virtual tent ready for an NFT auction, we'll have one at HempFest. Vivian will give us a few updates for that. And it's really cool. It's an electric 1967 restored golf cart. And there's a few little motifs for the war on there. So we'll just put a bud over that and leave it and turn water into wine this lifetime, everybody. We're going to be able to hopefully get 1 million people to walk to the White House and get them to turn their heads around and everything. But before I say hello, everybody, sit back and enjoy. Well, hello, Vivian.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey. Hello,
What's
Brady.
up?
Hello, Brady. Come on, Brady.
Hi.
Hey. And Natasha with the big heart. Yeah, we got the red light. Natasha. Natasha's always welcome. She's going to go back and help with Kara. She's got a big bus ride back to Michigan. Is that where you're going?
No, to Indiana.
Indiana. She always gets upset with me when I get those mixed up. But Michael Thompson, who is now home, and he'll be on one of these days. He was in Michigan, and that's me in the prison. He didn't have a visitor for 20 years. Can you imagine all the shit we go through to have gas prices go up, and then even to read this sticker here that says trimming sucks? We have so many things to deal with, and then humans are in jail for pot. So I'm gonna play you one video right now, and I'm gonna share my screen, and you guys are gonna love Chad Delio. So let me share my screen with you here, and then I have a 420 special 420 intro, and so I'm sharing my screen with you all, and here we go. Boom, and boom, 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 boom. Okay, Chad Delio, get it, listen to it, and live it, everybody.
I'm Chad Dalio. I'm a marijuana billionaire. Nothing makes me happier on 420 than getting high as fuck and driving my luxury vehicle around. While egregious numbers of Americans, mostly BIPOC community members, sit locked up in prison for the same shit I get paid fat stacks for doing day in and day out, legally protected. But after a mystical experience brought on by a sacred fungus that I can't talk too much about here for fear of getting shadow banned, I started to see that something in the dynamic of our legal system and judiciary process is fucked up and needs to be immediately addressed. There are over 40,000 Americans incarcerated today for marijuana-related offenses. So before we spark up as a community today, let's speak up as a community today. End marijuana prosecutions now and expunge the convictions of those wrongfully persecuted by a corrupt and racist system. I'm Chad Dalio. I'm a marijuana billionaire.
Whoa, everybody. Here we go. Weeds Day, everybody. Happy 420, World 420 Day, actually. Good morning, everybody. Today is World 420 Day, and next week we're going to have special guest Tommy Chong. So today is World 420 Day. I want everybody to come and visit us. I will show the Zoom link for the first time on Facebook, and those of you who get it for the time that it's up can come hang with us today. We're going to have some great guests, and we're just gonna keep on ending prohibition in the way we know how. And I have a double entendre today. I'm going to be reading a little bit from my flow book that my sis gave me for my birthday this month, and so it's still April, so I think we're into Taurus now, but it's my birthday month still. And so World 420 month, the day is today. And next week we're going to have Tommy Chong. And today is episode 100. So don't forget, next week is Sir Tommy Chong. And if you want in and to meet Tommy, come give me a call, okay? And I will definitely let you in. So today's Zoom meeting is, if you can catch that while it's moving around, is right here. And so you guys and gals can come visit us today and join the conversation. And these pictures here, 420 here at the clock that I made, and me at HempFest with my auction piece that I sold for over $500. And it was really a blessing to have people honor my work, collect it, and pass it around, get it out there. So that was at the HempFest for Plenty in Seattle. Support HempFest. Go to hempfest.org. We may have Vivian on today, and this is my my introduction. So today I have the flow book, and I'm going to read you what it says on the back, and it says, "Explore happy state of mind called flow. The complete engagement in a creative and playful activity." Psychologist Mihaly, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his Malaki last name, but we love you, Mihaly. A famous investigations of optimal experience have revealed that what makes an experience genuinely satisfying is a state of consciousness called flow. So pretty far out with this book of flow. And my sis brought that to me from an Amazon gift pack on my birthday. So what are you going to do for your birthday? What are you going to do for your remembering your papa? Right there, there's my day. And today I want to remind you that it's 420. It's World 420 Day, and today is definitely the time that we're having our 100th show. And don't forget, next week we have Sir Tommy Chong. So if you've never seen Tommy, or you want to see him, or you want to talk to him, get in touch with me and come next week and watch our show right here on Facebook and other stations. We're on Roku now. Love you all. Peace out.
Smoking this doja feels like floating rubber. See the
Incredible Hemp Parade. So thank you so much, everybody. Hemp Parade. So in the midst here, let's get all of us back here. In the midst of a beautiful little movie, and Chad Dalio, I guess his name is. What the F that we're doing, just hanging around. And I invited 50 people today, and we have our core group here. Love you, and that's the way it is. What are you going to do about it? So let's start with Vivian. Tell us a little bit about Fort Plenty, Vivian, and give us an update on how the progress is going to get back to Myrtle Edwards. Welcome.
Yeah, Jeff. I'm just here because I heard that Vivian McPeak might be on the show, and I didn't want to miss that, because that would be terrible. Yeah, well, happy World 420 Day. That's a very exciting thing. And if you're going to have 420, then you want to have 420, right? So you can have plenty of 420. Yeah, this is the 31st year of the Seattle Hemp Fest organization. We started in 1991 in Volunteer Park, happened for 3 years there, and then moved to Gasworks Park in 94. And then
Recording in progress.
In 95, we moved to Myrtle Edwards Park down on the Seattle waterfront at Pier 70, right on the Puget Sound, and or in Elliott Bay, excuse me. And that's where we've been until the pandemic showed up, And in 2020, our events in August, and in 2020 in June, the state put the kibosh on large events like Hemp Fest. And so our event was canceled 2 months before the event.
Was that due to COVID?
To the COVID pandemic, yes. And so being so close to the event, if it had been shut down in January, it would have been fine, because we wouldn't have taken in and spent massive amounts of money in preparation for the event. But having the event stopped 2 months before the event put us at about $120,000 in debt. And so, as you can imagine, that is a lot of money for a small nonprofit like ours. And so, we haven't had HempFest since then.
We had a virtual one. You had a very successful virtual
one.
We
had a virtual.
Yeah, that was really cool. I stayed through the whole thing, and it was, the bands came through. I did a little bit of help with you guys, and I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, we've done some cool stuff. And the thing about an event like HempFest is that 100,000 people usually show up at the event over the course of 3 days. And no matter what we did or said, there's nothing we would be able to do to stop tens of thousands of people from sharing from their mouths, pipes or joints or what have you. And in a pandemic, that could be a major crisis and people could die. So most events aren't necessarily like that.
That's a good advertisement for one hitters.
Yes, absolutely. Well, one thing the pandemic may have done is make us all aware of kind of more germ conscious in general and aware of hygiene in that way. But anyway, so we've done a series of cool things because we're still a 501c4 federal nonprofit, Seattle Events, a nonprofit corporation. And we still have a bunch of volunteers and stuff. And so, this year we decided that we weren't going to produce HempFest down in the park for a couple different reasons, that we're not quite there yet, and that we still need to do some fundraising. So we secured the Crocodile, which is the new incarnation of the famous Crocodile Cafe, famous grunge club in downtown Seattle, just reopened in a new location with a much larger and kind of swankier venue. And we just had our 420 fundraiser show. We had some great music. We had Kitty Junk and King Youngblood and Bob Lovelace and Friends and Rocksta. And we had panel discussions and speakers and stuff like that. And then we had door prizes and the most incredible swag bags. We gave out, I think, 75 to 100 swag bags. And we had an auction, as you know, as you kind of talked about. We auctioned off a quilt made from my 30 years collection of staff shirts. HempFest has about 15 or 20 crews normally, and I've been saving staff shirts for 30 years. And so that went for $2,000 raised, which was pretty cool. I hated to give up that quilt because I hated to give up all those cool shirt designs.
Wait, can you see the stage right now, the screen?
Yeah, man, there you go. That's what we're talking about.
See, this is TV, everybody. We got it.
You can't even see them all, but those are a bunch of staff shirts from over the years. Not all of them, of course.
What was
that's-
what did we raise for that? Wasn't it like $1,500 or something?
That actually went for $2,000.
Yeah, baby.
And we gave away a custom Satori Movement Hempfest skateboard, which there's only three of in existence. That's Bob Lovelace and friends right there. Bob plays with Aaron Jones, as well as about 5 other bands in Seattle. And we gave away, you know, your last sesh, your last Stoner Supper print, which was an amazing masterpiece. And a bunch of Hempfest staff shirt pillows, a bunch of just cool stuff. We had a great time. As you can see, Levi Lyon brought his bus and had his cool bus with a deck on it.
This
parked
is us on
outside.
top of the bus. We're on
Where
top of the
people
bus here. Yeah.
People could smoke. There's a picture from on top of the bus, right? There's the usual suspects. I think those guys broke out of prison. I know one of them I just saw a picture of in prison. In prison, right? Not long ago, minutes ago.
Right. And look, there's Joy. There's Joy.
There's Joy and Cyril and Levi and everybody.
And the Crypto Cannabis came and visited us.
Crypto Cannabis Club folks were there, and basically, you know, people outside on the bus, they put a chimney to shame because they were smoking. There we go, right there. You know, it was Puff Daddy.
It was Puff Daddy, yeah. Well,
you know, we're talking Grandmaster Stash. You know what I'm saying?
look at that beautiful crew. I mean, how could their parents be in jail for pot? Come on, let's end this together. And everybody support Vivian. And did you say 31 years?
This is our 31st year, yeah.
Wow.
I never dreamed at the first Hempfest. I never dreamed I would turn old and gray doing this. But you know, you guys do. There's Eric from the Seattle Hempfest board right there with you, Jeff I.
Yep.
And you know, we just were keeping it real. It was really nice to see the community come out, see so many folks from the extended Canna fam come out and enjoy the night.
We had the monkeys here. Hey, we're the monkeys.
It was a big success, and we got more scheduled, more coming up this summer. Some more cool things.
And what is the possibility for 2023 to be in Myrtle?
Well, that's the big question, really. You know, we need to keep raising money and kind of rebuild our staff. You know, normally Hempfest requires 700 volunteers, 700 volunteer staff, and we have 100 hardcore core people that are meeting every month for the last 20 years. And of course, we've been meeting on Zoom since the pandemic started. But our staff over the last 2 years has also taken a big hit. We've lost some key people. So we have a lot of work to do to pull it all together. You know, it's a big responsibility to produce a free event that costs $750,000 to produce and has 100,000 people at it. You really have to have your shit together, man. You know,
well, I heard from Eric that he and I and your team we're gonna be working on a with the Crypto Cannabis Club some NFT special things during the year. And you know, for gosh sakes, Gary V, one of the people that I met in New York at the NFT auction there, about 3 weeks ago, they did a drop and they made $15 million in 2 days. So the NFT side of things is gonna hopefully be able to finance you, baby. And
the non-fungible tokens.
Well,
and they're token, right? I mean, they happen to be bad if it's token.
Well, we're gonna be token, but watch this. Look, I have this. Everybody, this is my my Zen folio, but I'm going to show you what I have done for my drop, and not to interrupt the flow of, because we're talking about flow today, and from the book that my sis gave me. But watch this. I have a drop that I'm going to be dropping to raise money for the Relief Foundation, and we'll be having Vivian and Hempfest part of this whole thing. These are all my drops, but look what I did. I did this about 7 months ago. I made this new coin, and that's a non-fungible weed token. And if we can get this baby going, we're going to incredibly help to support everybody so we can get things going. And these are just a couple of instances of my photography that's going to go for auction itself on the non-fungible weed token NFTs, everybody. So that's incredible. Let's come out of our share screen and get back.
It's really cool that nobody can funge that token.
It's incredible.
That would be terrible that token got funged.
Well, you know what? I'm a fun guy, and that's fungible. That's very fungy. That's very fungy. So
I'm grungy and fungy.
And Natasha, she says meducation. Do you have any other wordsmiths for us, Natasha? Come on, give us a new word. Give us a new word we haven't heard yet. Come on. What?
Jack, the Canis language teacher. I have a new Cana word almost every single day.
So give us a new one today for fungi. Give us a fungi.
Cana Liberty. Tommy Chong and my favorite Uncle Vivian McPig are Cana Liberties. Pop stars.
Okay.
Some of the stars out there.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
We'll bring Brady up here. Brady, come on up. We'll get our little pod going here. Pinned to front screen. There we go. We got Brady. Brady. How is your? I just inked a deal with my friend who's got the biggest barn in Western Washington, and I inked a deal with. Remember, Sun Sing, everybody.
Yes.
Sun Sing is going to be. He's a professional Frisbee golfer. His daughter went to the U.S. Nationals, and so we're building a Frisbee golf tournament and weed getaway at my friend's barn, the big barn in Squim. And with all of my NFTs, if you buy a certain tier level of NFT, you get a free entry to the 2-day sleepover. And we're going to have a mini Hempfest and raise some money for all of us there. Hempfest will have a booth. Natasha and the Canon nurses will have a booth. We'll get baby Landon there and to have the Canon moms there. And by the way, I heard from Sierra this week that she finally got from Hollywood baby Landon's movie project all finished after 2.5 years of COVID. And so things are moving. And I think through film, we can reach more people, for gosh sakes, when you make a silly film like Terminator, about death and fear, it sells $40 million in one weekend. So we have to turn it around and get the baby Landon film to do the same thing. And through our golf tournament, not our golf tournament, our Frisbee golf getaway, we're going to start to do local Washingtonian getaways where people can come and start to network and film each other and do all that stuff. Brady, tell us how you're doing and tell us who the people that have never met you, how many times you were in Kosovo.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sure. My story is kind of interesting. Arizona boy, joined the military, served for 14 years, and in that time, did tours in Kosovo, Korea, 3 tours in Iraq, and then 3 tours in Afghanistan before I was medically retired after a mortar landed close to me. So that's my military career. After that, I became an author. I wrote a couple of books. I just had a book signing last week. It was the first one. It was a good turnout. It was good. And wow, there's a map that's got my name on it. Yeah, so in my book that I just wrote, I come out as a cannabis user, and that it's really saved my life.
You mean you've come out of the closet? You're now a card member.
I am. I am a carrying medical card member for the past over 10 years. So sure makes sense. Nice.
Hey, Brady,
So-
where are you at? It looks beautiful there.
Oh, I am in Chandler, Arizona.
Nice.
Beautiful. It's called the Caves. It's a sweet.
And Brady, don't you also do you bring vets and do tours of the mountains there?
Yeah, I have a nonprofit. It's called Ashes Grow Foundation, where we take first responders, combat vets, or veterans, and then trauma survivors, because there's a lot of trauma survivors I think get overlooked, sexual trauma and things like that. And we go to my property up in Arizona in the mountains and disconnect from everything for a few days and get down to nature and just enjoy the area and go fishing, things like that. And so that's actually starting. We're getting ready to do that hopefully this summer.
Well,
But
give me a
people up there-
calendar, and we'll do some NFTs that the derivative or the bonus, the connection to that NFT will be a trip, you know,
a trip up to see me.
a trip up to see
personal-
you, right? And
Yeah,
they have to pay their own way to get there and to stay, but they get a free entry to your lovely weekend or getaway, and
Yeah.
that'll be great.
yeah, that would be cool. But we got the website up and going, ashesgrove.com. It's got a lot of our mission statements, and hopefully we get some testimonials coming on there. Mine itself, I have a long story. My daughter Ashley passed away when she was 19, and so that's why the grove is named Ashes Grove in her honor. And she was also a trauma survivor, so that also goes into play in our mission to help out all those going through trauma. And we partner with other nonprofits around the country who have similar missions as we do. So yeah, that's all new. The book is out. I had the book signing last week in the little town of Young, Arizona, and a pretty good turnout. So raised $200 for our foundation. So all the proceeds from the book that I just put out are going to the foundation to be spent on other participants and going right back into the property in itself. So yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, huge advocate for the plants itself. Even throwing politics, rattling around my head a little bit. So that's me. Thanks for having me. It's nice to meet everyone and see them again. And yeah, Weed Wednesday, happy 420 from Chandler, Arizona.
Hey, well, we're glad to have you, and I do have a whistle for you, and I actually bought a bag of whistles that I'm gonna give everybody a whistle, so everybody who's a regular on my show can, you know. So my vintage whistle was in my necklace, and it's somewhere on my property. I've looked on the grass for hours the other day, and I gave up, and I bought these. It's not as good as my original whistle that I had from LA 30 years ago, but you know what? Things come and go. I just buried somebody last week, and we talked about her on my last show, and that was Artemis, and she was our naturopath here, and she was just a great soul and everything. And when people go, I guess they're doing work on the other side to help us. So let's be done with all this stuff and help to end prohibition and bring our prisoners home. You heard Chad Dalio say, what the fuck, you know? He said there's 40,000 related marijuana prisoners. What do you say to that, Natasha? Natasha, you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Sorry, my phone's being wonky again today.
It's okay. Tell us about people in jail, 40,000 people for pot.
Yeah, it's got to end, and we're going to do everything we can, and we definitely will leave nobody behind. We will come for all of you, plant prisoners, because your lives matter.
Hey, that's a new shirt, you know. I didn't hear that, you know. They have all these
Plant prisoner lives matter.
Your lives matter. 420 POW lives matter, you know. We'll do that. I got my smoking shirt on today. Look at that. I decided not to wear my vest today, to wear my smoking shirt. So thank you so much, beautiful Natasha. What's going on with you're going on a bus ride?
I'm going on a very long bus ride and I will be heading east. I will be live because there's Wi-Fi and hopefully I'll make it to my destination in time to be on the show and see our favorite pineapple, Tommy Chung. And you guys can shout out to me, you can talk to me. I will be spreading the word of the love of Weeds Days, as well as the green farming wherever I go.
We love the heck out of you. You're going to be on stage with all of us when we do a Snoop Dogg concert with Wu-Tang Clan and Willie and everybody else at Oakland Coliseum. I'm getting closer, and we're planning a golf tournament. We're planning some getaways, and in 23 we're going to hopefully have Myrtle Edwards Park and get 100,000 people back to a 420 Hemp Fest. I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about. Have you heard from Sharon recently, Vivian?
Yeah, I have. I have heard from Sharon. She's slowly making progress. She's partially paralyzed from her cancer surgery that she had, where she had a large cancerous tumor right on her sciatic nerve on her hip. And unfortunately, taking that out left her in a wheelchair. And we're talking about a 5-star general in the Hemp Fest Army, Peace Army. Very pivotal person on site and throughout the year. But she's doing well. She'd just gotten married right when this all happened.
Right.
And the good side of that is, the bad side is it happened when she was just getting married. The good side is that she hasn't gone through all this alone, and she has an amazing partner to give her love and support and be there for her. But it's been a hard journey, like many of us. It's been a hard journey for Sharon, and she's one of the best organizers I've worked with in 40 years ever. In fact, she's probably the best organizer I've ever worked with. And so I'm glad that she's slowly making progress.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull up a photograph of her. Let's see. Let's look in 2016. When was it that Tommy Chong was there? I think it was 2016. But let's see if we have a photograph of her.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, these are all photographs, everybody, from Hemp Fest. I get there and I get the coolest photos ever. I'm looking for our Sharon photo. Oh, here's a cool photo, everybody. Check this one. Right? Remember that big rolling paper?
Big bamboo.
Yeah, baby. So that was cool. But let's see if we can find a picture of our lovely Sharon. She's riding in the golf cart. And how about this lovely lady? That's one of our there.
Unfortunately, we lost Margaret. We lost Margaret at the absolute beginning of the pandemic, and we're pretty convinced that she was one of the earliest COVID deaths. For about, I want to say about 18 years, Margaret ran the 420 merch booth. She was the coordinator.
She was amazing.
An amazing human being. And,
yeah. I'll send these photos to you after the show so you can have these.
Yeah, Margaret was injured in a car accident pretty severely and had major chronic pain issues and was wheelchair bound. And that did not stop her from being on site 12, 16 hours a day, every day.
She was smiling every time I saw her.
She was, yes. And I visited her just days before she passed away. She was in a care facility, as we know, a very dangerous place to be during the COVID pandemic.
Here's more Hemp Fest, everybody. It's proof, everybody, that we can get together peacefully, and how dare they across the world start to arrest and kill people that are protesting. I mean, look at.
And in 3 decades of Seattle Hemp Fest, 100,000 people attending, we never had a serious injury, arrest, or accident at the event. And this is, we're on site for 10 days, building it, raging for 3 days, and then tearing it down, cleaning it up, packing it out, cleaning up every single cigarette butt, every stitch of litter on the 1.3 mile expanse. and we've never had any serious disaster at the event, which I think says a lot about the cannabis culture. You know, if the lies were true, it'd be a disaster. You know, the stage would collapse and you know.
Look at that beautiful stage. Look at that, Viv.
And I want you to know that Conti is the ambience coordinator, my lady Conti of the main stage. You can't see all the flag stuff, but she makes the bunting and all that kind of stuff for many years now.
I mean, look at this, folks. Wouldn't you want to be there? This is World 420 Day. Look at us. Look at our tribe, everybody. You know, it's not that stoners don't get anything done. We have fun, and we're trying to end prohibition, everybody. So just even some of the big boys carry my movie card, and yeah, get a big bong, everybody, and just be responsible when you're smoking, and teaching the children what to do. I mean, look, that's a good shot in the green hammock.
Looks like Levi Lyon right there. There's John the Freak with his mega joint, one of his John the Freak bombers.
And is that Jean Bonnet? The little girl, remember the little girl?
No, it's not Jean Bonnet. It's Addie.
Addie. And did we lose Addie?
Maddie.
Yes. Yeah. Did we lose Maddie?
Yes, Maddie passed away, unfortunately.
So a little bit of silence for everybody for that's gone and on the other side helping us.
Some HempFest volunteers right there.
Yeah, let's use that photo to bring more HempFest people here for you. Who's that guy? That character?
Yeah, somehow he got into the event. I'm not sure how he made it in.
Look at that. Look at that space, everybody. We're going to do it again. And there's Jeff Mazansky, an ex-POW, everybody. And there's Kristen Floor. And is Eddie Lepp in there? I don't know, but...
Kristen Floor from Freedom Grow. And there's that's Gary Cook's mother, who just passed away about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And it was his idea to do HempFest. So the person, without her, there would have been no Seattle HempFest. Because that is actually Joanna McKee. Wow. When did you take that? 2016. That's Joanna McKee. Sorry, she looks just like Gary's mom. Joanna McKee also passed away. She is basically the godmother of medical marijuana in Washington State. She founded Green Cross in the early 90s and was illegally supplying medication, cannabis, to patients throughout the state for years. And she was one of the most fierce advocates down in Olympia at the legislature, and she would be harassing the King County prosecutor so effectively that she helped change the laws in the county. That's Joanna McKee, a great warrior who also passed away.
I will get you all these photos. Let's keep going here. There's more booths there. There's more humans that are advocating for, you know, a better day and a better way. And who's that?
That's Dave Wilms, who's a member of our Seattle HempFest Safety Patrol, our internal security.
Look at him. He's got his walkie-talkie on and his badge. Look at that badge. Man, he is an amazing human. And so
we have 100 trained Safety Patrol folks. The event's divided into 9 sectors, and there's a black shirt a lead like Dave, and then a bunch of gray shirts doing our safety patrol. And the police basically allow us to run the event. They stay outside with our radio. They've got one of our security radios. We have one of their radios, so we're in touch with them. And they basically let us run security for the event. And if we need the police, they come in and deal with something.
Look, we have hugs
to establish that.
Hugs for Nugs here. There's Jeff Mazansky at my booth. I had a booth there many years in a row. I sold Nug Jugs, and that we embroidered, or we sandblasted beautiful leaf on these green jars. There's no more green jars available, but I got a garage full of them. But my buddy's not sandblasting anymore, so maybe I'll bring some the last vintage this year. We'll put them out. And there's me and Jeff Mazansky, who was in jail for 21.9 for 2 grams, everybody, less than a joint. He went in for 3 strikes, and he's home now. And read his shirt, everybody. No one should go to jail. And then look how fun freaking HempFest is. And look at this, Sealy Memorial Stage, baby. I try to get around when I'm there. Even when I have a booth, I leave the booth to my team. Beautiful belly dancers, and oh, there's that's
Jim Page,
Jim Page.
one of Seattle's most prolific singer-songwriters and an amazing activist himself.
Jim Page, and all the food there was gorgeous. Look at that, gorgeous food, gorgeous people. And nobody can, there's my jar, my weed jar with a flower of life. And then we had Hemposium. Tell us a little bit about Hemposium and its purpose.
Yeah, well, the Hemposium is a 100 by 40 foot circus tent that has panel discussions all 3 days, all day at the Hemp Fest. Well, most of the day, and then there's a band at night. It's also where the VIP party happens on Friday night. We're kind of esteemed private membership party.
And who are these people that are on this panel? To name them
Well,
all.
on the right, you've got Ngaio, who's an amazing MC and comedian on the cannabis. He's actually the funniest cannabis comedian I've ever seen. And then you have Madeline from Oregon Normal, and then you have
Jerry
Whiting, an amazing hemp cannabis farmer. He runs LeBlanc CNE. I'm not sure who the next person is. And then you've got Dominic Corva, another amazing thought leader in the cannabis movement in the Pacific Northwest at the very end there. And I'm not sure who that other person is.
And we have Cosmic Tattoos.
It's good to keep us abreast of things.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mr. Jeff is not afraid to bring you the tattoos. I always go to the Oregon Country Fair and to HempFest, and I decide what this year will I focus on. So this year I focused on tattoos. One year I focused on T-shirts, or tie-dye. At least they didn't make tie-dye illegal. I mean, it's so absurd. There's Baby Landon. Baby Landon, he's like 14 now.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
Look, Baby Landon. Look at that motley crew. And there's Sierra, his mom.
Wearing his free Eddie Lepp shirt, it looks like.
Yeah. And Eddie's in heaven now. F that.
The one we lost, yeah.
Yeah, and so
it's a cool 98 HempFest poster shirt right there.
Look at that shot with the probably a 420 sucker.
I think that would probably be an astute observation.
It releases slowly. And look, there's Baby Landon again. More tattoos. Yeah, this was a tattoo weekend. Look at those tattoos.
Wow.
It's
like Shiva, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, totally. There's Day of the Dead in the Living. So it's so fun. There's Katie May. Katie May is one of my beautiful models. She's modeled for me many times. And here's me and Jeff Bazansky. There is...
That's George Martirano, who spent 30 years in prison, who got a life sentence for cannabis right there. Next to, of course, Christian Floor from Freedom Grow.
And Eugene Fisher, who was also an advocate, and there's Jeff Mazan. Adele, tell us a little bit. Didn't Adele have a court date this month?
I think so. Yes.
Since I didn't hear anything bad, I think it was okay that she did good. So we would have heard that, So that's really beautiful. That's at my booth, and there's Ganjapreneurs, everybody. More. Oh, who's the guy in the middle? Come on, look, there's Eddie.
That's the guy in the middle is actually Ed Rosenthal. Yeah.
Tell us about that human. Tell us if he ever met Jack Herer.
Well, I think Ed Rosenthal is probably the premier cannabis cultivation author in America. Actually, I think he's the #1 person. He runs Quick Trading Book Company. And actually, I've got his. I just happened to have his book with me, the Cannabis Growers Handbook that they just sent me. Actually, I've got it. It's probably going to look backwards because for some reason my camera won't go frontwards even if I switch it.
Wow, look at that beautiful book.
But
That's
yeah, it's a beautiful book. Look how thick it is.
yeah.
It's the Cannabis Growers Handbook by Ed Rosenthal.
I learned how to deal with mold from one of his books, you know. So that's really beautiful.
Got to have cultivation across the nation.
Yeah, well, we're gonna finish our little slideshow here.
Prohibition's an abomination.
It's really cool that we ended up on this slideshow here with Vivian here to narrate his own festival here. Let's go here. We've got our next shot here. There they are. And
There's
Chris Conrad.
Conrad on the left. Yeah.
Chris Conrad in shorts, hemp shorts. Everybody start wearing hemp. It's dirty cotton time.
There's Big Mike on the right there, who is he takes care of Elvie Musica, who was the one of the last living federal cannabis medical marijuana patients who got joints in the mail from the federal government.
For glaucoma,
since the
for
70s,
glaucoma.
She's recently left the program, by the way, because the weed wasn't worth having, she said.
She was trying to sell her tins at one of you.
She'd get a round tin packed full of federal government joints every month for.
I saw a government tin she had for $500 or something. It was pretty cool. It was pretty
Adela,
cool.
I think is her name.
Yeah, that's Adela Falls.
Adela.
Yeah.
Adela.
Yes, Adela. Yes, she has POW420.com, I think. And she just went through her own bout with fear from the government for a fucking plan. Everybody,
yeah, I think a felony case, I think, against her.
Yeah, you know, but we got to end this felony stuff, everybody. And here we are again. There's Jeff Mazansky.
Looks like the Freedom Grow tribe.
Yep, and the guy that made the first marijuana. Look, marijuana is safer for PTSD. That's a good one. So
safer than a lot of things.
So there you go. This was also the year that I debuted my movie at Seattle's film school, and we had everybody come there, and we showed my movie, Lifers Madness. I've got a smaller cut now that we're going in festivals and everything, and we are super excited that we got to go through that. We didn't find a Sharon photo, but we will next time. Brady, tell us a little bit about your next hike.
Oh, actually, I'm going up to do some fly fishing up at the property in the mountains this weekend. So.
But tell us about your public hike where you're going to bring vets to be with you.
Oh, so yeah, my property that I have is up in the Arizona mountains called Young, Arizona. So it's 2.5 hours away from here in the valley, and it's about 20 degrees difference. Right now, you have to take a dirt road for 20 miles to get there. So it's a great way to not force people to disconnect. I mean, you still have some cell signal up there in case of emergency or something, but get off the Facebook and Instagram for a while and take in nature and everything that I've healed from. I've had to overcome some traumas, PTSD, one of them. And you never really overcome it, but battle it. And nature, it's just one thing that helps, not just myself. I have a lot of veteran friends that it helps as well. And fly fishing is my thing. I used to be a fly fishing guide in Colorado, so when people come up to the property, that's one of the things we'll do is I can instruct them on how to fly fish, and right now we're looking for sponsors to get them equipment so then, when they go home, they can continue to shoot fish and things like that.
Well, we have hemp plastic here that I got in Colorado. Here's a hemp piece of plastic here, and that's on a 3D printer. They should have hemp fishing reels by now. Poles,
Yeah.
hemp poles. Yeah. So let's get a hemp pole for your buddies. And do you guys ever talk about war stories, or do you keep clear of that?
It's kind of up to the individual, and if someone wants to open up to me about their experiences, I'm a good listener. A lot of it is me sharing my story and people agreeing. That's right. That's how it is.
So you're a mirror, and there's a lot of empathy at that circle.
Exactly. And there's such a stigma with cannabis. Since I've been using it, I've heard I had someone ask me, "Oh, what are the hallucinations like?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I've never had a hallucination in my life." So some of my NFTs that I created, they're called buzz views, and it's just views. I take pictures a lot. I take a lot of photos, and so some of my buzz views, I tweak them to look like I would be, like what I think a hallucination would be in that situation.
Oh, nice.
So I have like stars and galaxies in the background, but it's a works in progress to keep me in the dropping NFTs and the whole process that's involved with that. So I have like 80, 90 NFTs out right now.
Oh, great. This conversation that you just said that made me think that my non-fungible weed token could become a site where we have everybody's weed connection NFTs on one site, and Ramaste, my company, we can and WEEDSDAY, we can have just one website where people come to for all the weed tokens. And I think I just invented that today. And so we can all come to one space instead of having to be all over the place and find that. And I think that's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, I like it.
And then
I
I
would just like to say, Brady, how important your work is that you're doing is. I'm just so impressed, and we need to treat our veterans so much better in this country. Folks who've given their all and risked everything, and they come back often with traumatic brain injury or with not visible injuries, with emotional injuries, PTSD and stuff. And the VA was going to give them a slew of antipsychotic drugs and painkillers and opiates and all kinds of things, which a lot of them end up addicted and homeless and even suicides, and stuff. And we need to address this so much more aggressively. And cannabis is such a non toxic and non-dangerous application that many, as you know, better than I do, many vets find very helpful to treat themselves. So the work that you're doing is so important, and we need to do so much better in this country. So I'm just thank you for that.
Oh, well, thanks for saying that. Yeah, the whole my story goes into, I was given 5 years to live in 2011 because I was taking 37 pills a day. I was on high doses of opiates. At one point, I was on 80 milligrams of Oxycontin a day. I've gone through the methadones, Percocets. I had back surgery where they kind of messed me up first, and I was detoxed for 8 days in ICU, getting my system back to normal on ketamine.
And I know how hard PTSD is. So hard because it's not a visible injury, and there's a lot of stigma around that as well, because people say, "What do you mean? You're not missing a limb or something, right?" And I know that a lot of vets struggle to deal with that. How society looks at PTSD, and how some people judge folks with PTSD, where it's a serious condition, medical condition.
It's all an education thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't know. I still have nightmares. Wake up not knowing where I am. That's just fact of life for me. But I'm down to the minimum amount of prescriptions that I have to take. I've been off of opiates for 10 years.
And
Haven't
that
had a drink.
fellowship, that fellowship is so
Yeah.
important, right?
Exactly.
And you know, to bring people together and to have that community and to be able to talk about their issues with people that understand, right? So that's,
Yeah.
I'm just really, wow, what you're doing is so important, man.
And there's a stigma out there. Even, I mean, I have a lot of veteran friends that use cannabis, and it's like one of the only things that works for them. But there's a stigma
Yeah.
still out there associated with it. And if I have to stand up and do my part to get rid of that stigma or the reefer madness or whatever that's going on, I'll do that. So,
Right on, man.
Yeah, I'm so amazed how the Can Angels, you know, bring 5 or 3 or 2 or 20 people in at a time. When I have a small, you know, Hollywood Squares here, it gives us a deeper conversation. And I think, you know, we've come all the way to Brady. And thank you, Vivian, for recognizing his brevity and his service, and that you're strong enough to even carry on and to articulate, you know, what you're feeling. It's so amazing. And little Natasha had a bathroom break, maybe. But we're so blessed to have you all today. Any final words, Brady? For 420, World 420 Day?
420,
Yeah, World 420
as
Day.
soon as we're done with this, I'm going to enjoy something I rolled up earlier. World 420 Day, it's a plant. Everyone, it is a plant. Just get over it. The weed's in the pipe, like you have said before, or Tommy Chong said. The weed's already in the pipe. You know, let's just let it go, legalize it, decriminalize it, get people out of prison. Let's become an exporter, the largest exporter of cannabis in the world. The United States has the land, and the farmers need to work. So, yeah, that's my World 420 Day. You know, visit my website, ashesgrove.com. Check out my foundation if you're interested in that. And yeah, I'm here to support. So thanks for having me on again. Look forward to next week and talking with Tommy about our my challenge for him for the golf tournament. So we will go ahead.
Jeff, I'm gonna have to bug out early too, because I have as you know, my wife has some medical stuff recently. I have a 1 o'clock video conference with her doctor. But thanks for having me on, and Brady, great to meet you, and always great to be on with Natasha.
We're so proud to have you. Any final words, Vivian? You know, about World 420 Day. You know, for the planet.
Just let's get the freedom growing like a beautiful pot plant under the Arizona sun, man. You know, it's all about freedom and liberty and personal choice.
How about this? Can anybody tell me about this?
I got to bug out.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for including me.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Love you, man.
All right. Peace.
Can you tell me about that, Brady?
Is it men?
It's a male.
No,
it's a male. What can we do with male plants?
Say, you can get it far away from everything else, and if you need some seeds, let it go to seed. And then, you know, I was always told by my connections, my uncle, and he's the one that introduced me to it. And when I grew in Colorado, he was like, a male came up and he's like, "I'll get rid of that thing," but you don't want it to screw up the other plants. So I would get rid of it, but that's just me.
It's a beauty, though.
It is a beauty. It's a shame to maybe set it out way out in the field somewhere and see what happens.
My friend, she just texted me on Facebook saying, "I want your males, man." Maybe they use the leaf for juice or something.
Oh, that's true. They could use it for e-juice or just the, you know, the byproduct or whatever. But
Right.
yeah.
So
that's cool.
Thank you so much.
You got?
Thank you so much, Brady, for being on board. Let's see. let's see, we've got Uncle Viv. I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm going to roll us out, Brady, and I'm going to share our screen and give our outro. And love you, man, and see you next week. So here we go, everybody. We're going to roll out of here with a incredible video here. Boom. Good morning, everybody. Today is World 420 Day, and next week we're going to have special guest Tommy Chong. So today is World 420 Day. I want everybody to come and visit us. I will show the Zoom link for the first time on Facebook, and those of you who get it for the time that it's up can come hang with us today. We're going to have some great guests, and we're just going to, keep on ending prohibition in the way we know how. And I have a double entendre today. I'm going to be reading a little bit from my flow book that my sis gave me for my birthday this month, and so it's still April, so I think we're into Taurus now, but it's my birthday month still. And so World 420 month, the day is today, and next week we're going to have Tommy Chong, and today is episode 100. So don't forget, next week is Sir Tommy Chong. And if you want in and to meet Tommy, come give me a call, okay? And I will definitely let you in. So today's Zoom meeting is, if you can catch that while it's moving around, is right here. And so you guys can and gals can come visit us today and join the conversation. And these pictures here, 420 here, the clock that I made, and me at HempFest with my auction piece that I sold for over $500. And it was really a blessing to have people honor my work, collect it, and pass it around, get it out there. So that was at the HempFest for Plenty in Seattle. Support HempFest. Go to hempfest.org. We may have Vivian on today, and this is my my introduction. So today I have the flow book, and I'm going to read you what it says on the back, and it says, "Explore happy state of mind called flow. The complete engagement in a creative and playful activity. Psychologists experience genuinely satisfying is state of consciousness called flow." So pretty far out with this book of flow. And my sis brought that to me from an Amazon gift pack on my birthday. So what are you going to do for your birthday? What are you going to do for your remembering your papa? Right there, there's Medaya. And today I want to remind you that it's 420. It's World 420 Day, and today is definitely the time that we're having our 100th show. And don't forget, next week we have Sir Tommy Chong. So if you've never seen Tommy, or you want to see him, or you want to talk to him, get in touch with me and come next week and watch our show right here on Facebook and other stations. We're on Roku now. Love you all. Peace out.
Smoking nostalgia feels like floating rubber. See the rain.
Incredible Hemp Parade. So thank you so much, everybody. Hemp Parade. Wow, everybody, that was really freaking cool. It is your host, Jeff Eichen. I'm alone in the box, and I just want to share with you one more thing. And that is an incredible spot that I have. So I'm going to share with you one more time, one more thing. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. And so here we go. Watch this, everybody. This is baby Landon.
You know, I did all I can to make changes in prison, and I will do all I can to make changes out of prison. Make an example that, you know, even though you threw away the key on me, I am a human being, and, you know, I'm trying to do the best I can.
Baby Landon Riddle, 7 years old, using cannabis since the age of 2 to combat leukemia. Okay, so this is Jeff, and I'm with Landon and his mom, and they're going to tell you a little bit about the Canamoms and cannabis. Do you like cannabis?
Yes.
And has it helped you?
Yes.
And what is your story? What happened before you had cannabis?
Cancer came and it made me sick.
And so what has marijuana and cannabis done for you?
It helped me grow my hair back, and it helped me feel better.
You're the best, man. You're a hero. And so are you still using cannabis for, is it your favorite healing power?
It is.
And do you have it in juice?
Yeah.
Or do you eat it? Do you have food for him or juice?
Yeah, all of it.
I eat organic food.
Organic food? Yeah, that's true.
Tell them about my school.
Sure. Hi, this is Sierra Riddle, and Landon and I are here in Seattle to help spread Team Landon's message and the Canamom message of, you know, treating our terminally ill children with cannabis over narcotics and pharmaceuticals that, you know, delay them and put them in a fog and, you know, regress our children's development while they are fighting these terminal illnesses. And you know, we're happy to run into you guys again. And that was over a year ago at Denver 420. And, you know, I can see Landon's still doing really amazing. He's still cancer free. And, you know, it's just been such an incredible journey for all of us really to be on. Sure, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
What do you want to say?
I want to say Tanner sucks.
No, don't say that.
Cannabis sucks cancer. Right, Mom?
Yes.
Say it.
Cannabis sucks cancer.
Yeah. Sure does stop cancer.
Well, you know, watch it.
Got your mic. Oh, thank you. Okay. So your name is Landon? So Landon just reached the camera and focused on my face, and that's very nice. So he's learning how to be a cameraman. Yeah, you're a little man now. You're doing great. So let me go push it on your face. Yeah, there we go. Got it. How'd that feel?
How about her melon?
Yeah, so we are, you know, hopeful to be back in Seattle again next year, and speaking about the same thing, you know, and I've run across every day more and more parents who have heard the Canamom message, who have heard the Team Landon message, and, you know, they're treating their children now, everything from cancer to epilepsy, autism, cerebral palsy, you know, Crohn's and colitis types issues. I mean, it's really been amazing for a lot of our children.
Is it?
Many thousands of years ago.
There you go.
Citizens
Wait a minute.
both in China and in the Middle East, in essentially those fields in which we use them today. I'm a natural products chemist. I work on the chemistry of compounds found in plants and animals. And I was a little bit surprised to find out that, morphine had been isolated.
So everybody, that is all I have for you today. That was Dr. Machulam after baby Landon. Who's going to tell me that baby Landon said at 7 years old, now he's like 13 or something like that, that when he said, it makes my hair grow back when he had cannabis. And so who's going to tell me an 8-year-old or 7-year-old is lying? So I'm going to come back here to us and tell you that it's incredible. And that was part of my movie. And we've got a new version and a new director's cut, and that I chopped down into a shorter version for the new what is it? It's the Activism Film Festival from Colorado, and so I'm also a judge for the 420 Film Festival there. And so, hemp hemp hooray, everybody! And it's really beautiful to have HempFest today on, to have Natasha on, and to have Brady on. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to say, 3, 2, 1, and nobody should be in jail for a plant. Happy 420, World 420 Day. It is World 420 Day, everybody. So across the globe, let's have a meditation for World 420 Day. 42 seconds of breath and visualizing the prisoners coming home. 39, 40, 41, 42, exhale. See you next week with Tommy Chong, everybody. Don't forget. I'll see you. No, 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 no. Call Justin. They're both like 40 years old. They're huge. Yeah, I have been. How many dogs do we have? Just the same number. 7. Um, you okay today? Are you Why are you putting up with it? Who's allowing you and your team to keep it? Why are you putting up with it? Who in your team and your family is allowing you to stay with it?
Nobody. Nobody is. And people stay for many reasons that are relationships and marriages. At this point, I am in a marriage with a person that is very difficult. There are things that I can learn in that. I'm not in a marriage with just him. It's a covenant in my mind. And I am covenanted to God and promise I made to him and Bill. And I am a person who is very differently. And he knows it. And there's just no going back at this point. He's done. He's outed the house after him deleted videos from him and made him listen. He tried to dismiss him, shut his eye, like recently, but just dismiss him like he usually is. And I insisted, no, you're gonna hear it, and it's all for him. No. So they took his gun and put on my chest wall, but there's nothing left. And I said, no, it's already solved. But it's like 30 minutes out, it's still just pounding and crazy because I'm thinking physically. How is that? And so, this is like, I have more people, talking with more people. He tried to buy a gun from a wife of a woman that I went over and had lunch with. So, the day after lunch, he texts me and says, how? He didn't know what was going on with the bill. And on Sunday, her husband had approached me and said, hey, I've got a gun I want to sell. And so, Bill and I had a conversation a couple months ago, roughly about guns and about full disclosure.
Why was her husband telling Bill that? Why was her husband telling Bill that he had a gun? Why was her husband telling Bill she's done?
Because he was Bill. He had no idea what was going on with Bill until I just shared with his wife the day before, which he might have lunch. And so, thankfully, I got into some coincidences because the day before Sunday, if I had just looked up and she was literally right around the place and I just told him and said, can I get a few inches in her to go have lunch? So I remember on a Tuesday and Wednesday, I found out in a text or phone text that he was on call for her. And so I approached him when we were outside and I was meeting with his husband first. I sent the ground rules for full disclosure and said, the get-go, he's got to take the phone down. And more than anybody, shut it down and move on. You're not supposed to have that for any other government rights. And so I think,
Amazing story. Why haven't you left? It's not about you. It's about you. Why? here for you. I don't have any right now. Well, I have two, but I'm not going to grow that many. So I'm not. No, I grew like 12 last year. You know, and I gave them all away. You know, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. Uh, did you grow last year? Did you grow last year? Because it was too hot. It was too hot. It was hot last year. Well, thanks for getting me caught up. And no. I just do appreciate all that talking about. I know how to. I know how to control people. Because I listen to so many people. And I help everybody that I can. And one day, you know, I'll be one at a time. No, I don't judge people. It's just enough is enough. You know, whatever your allegiance is, it's your personal deal. But, you know, also, it's hard. All my friends say, you know, get abused by, you know, people who don't trust them or whatever. They close down their flow. They close down their flow. Yeah. So it's just keep there. Be happy. I know. That's a great thing. And you should call nurses. Yeah. That was great. Every time I see her, she says, "Where's no, but you call her and we phoned her. Hmm. I have a friend. I have a friend, Tinker. You talked recently when I was there. I have Tinker in Fort County. She's reoccurring breast cancer. Can she have a conversation with you? Okay. All right. I'll let her know.
Is she a home health provider?
Is Tinker? I don't think so.
Okay, so she's not totally into kayaking.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what her daily activities are, but she's a blessed family soul here, and she's reoccurring with her breast cancer.
Sorry. Yeah, set it up. Whatever.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too, Jeff.
Right on schedule. You're right on schedule. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye. I knew it was Jeopardy. I'm just concerned about phone. You know what I know, and you might know more. The quick group. He's suicidal. He doesn't have his family. And you know, people that are not, you know, they're dirty money. You keep going after the same kind of people. Well, no, but he says that he says I have nothing to go for anymore. And I said, would you like to be on my show? I'm playing music. You always get your spirit going. And I talked to him personally just yesterday. He said, no, nobody ever comes and watches it. And the show sucks and blah blah blah. I said, who cares? I said, come play music and play your Led Zeppelin and tell my stories. Well, the deal is, in life, life's a movie. Get your fucking movie, be the producer, and come on my fucking show. I'm not going to ask you every time I talk to you, but you've been on my show on 6 times in the last 2 years, and we have a blast every time. And it doesn't sound like you're having a blast. You're losing focus. And, you know, I mean, he is way more grounded and way more reason that I come. Peace, I love you. Peace. Go, go, go.